The Green Blueprint, Africa's ancient path to a sustainable future. The world is in a frantic race against time. In 2026, green tech and renewable energy are the buzzwords of every global summit, treated as if they were invented in a modern lab just yesterday. But what if the blueprint for a sustainable Earth wasn't written by modern scientists? What if it was drafted thousands of years ago, right here, in the heart of Africa? From the self-cooling stone cities of the South to the carbon-trapping dark Earth of the West, the past isn't just a memory. It's a literal instruction manual for our survival. Today, we aren't just looking at ruins. We are reclaiming the stolen science of sustainability. Welcome back to Hidden Heritage. This is the home for those who know that Africa's future is written in its past. If you've ever felt like the history books were missing the how and the why of our ancestors' greatness, you belong here with us. In our last episode, we broke down the truth about African metallurgy and the complex mathematics of the Ishango bone. If you missed that, definitely check it out after this. But today, we're going deeper. We're exploring how ancient African civilizations lived in a high-tech harmony with the earth, knowledge that was ignored for centuries, but is now the only way forward. If you believe the future is rooted in the past, hit that subscribe button and join the tribe. Let's dive in. 1. The ancient air conditioning. Let's start with a marvel from my own heritage, the Great Zimbabwe ruins. Now, imagine you are standing in the middle of a scorching 35-degree day. You step inside the great enclosure, and suddenly, the temperature drops. No power cords, no humming AC units. How? Centuries before the electric fan, Shona architects mastered passive cooling. They used massive granite walls, built entirely without mortar, and designed strategic ventilation gaps. I remember the first time I saw these ruins up close. It blew my mind how the air moved through the stones as if the building itself was breathing. This wasn't luck, it was high-level physics. The stones acted as a thermal mass, absorbing the sun's heat during the day and releasing it at night to keep the interior comfortable. Today, in 2026, green architects are finally studying these 900-year-old ruins to design skyscrapers that don't need power-hungry HVAC systems. They call it innovation. We call it heritage. 2. The Terra Preta Revolution. Moving west, we find a secret hidden in the soil. We've been told the Amazon has the world's richest earth, but West Africa has a rival, African dark earth. For generations, imagine your ancestors in Ghana or Liberia practicing a sophisticated method of charcoal composting. They didn't just dump waste. They engineered a carbon-rich, self-regenerating soil that stays fertile for centuries without a single drop of chemical fertilizer. This isn't just farming, it's carbon sequestration. By locking carbon into the ground through biochar, these farmers were literally cooling the planet while they fed their people. If we applied this ancient West African technique today, we could turn our drying lands into breadbaskets while pulling billions of tons of CO2 out of the atmosphere. Why are we still buying toxic fertilizers when the blueprint is in our own backyard? 3. The Kushite Water Revolution. Now, let's talk about the most precious resource of 2026, water. As we face record-breaking droughts, modern engineering is failing us. Dams are drying up and pipes are breaking. But in the ancient kingdom of Kush, modern-day Sudan, they had a solution that lasted for millennia, the Hafirs. These weren't just holes in the ground. They were massive, engineered underground reservoirs lined with specific layers of sand and stone that acted as a natural filtration system. One single Hafir could provide clean water for tens of thousands of people and their livestock through a year-long drought. As water scarcity hits record highs this year, these Kushite blueprints have been sitting in the sand for 2,000 years, waiting for us to remember them. The villain in this story is our own forgetfulness. Modern tech is struggling to catch up to what Kushite engineers perfected before the Roman Empire even reached its peak. 4. The indigenous forestry of the Krobo. While the industrial world struggled with deforestation, the Krobo people of Ghana were practicing a strictly regulated system of communal forestry known as Zwaf. They didn't view the forest as a commodity to be harvested, but as a living ancestor to be protected. They created sacred groves that acted as massive biodiversity hotspots, ensuring the ecosystem remained balanced for generations. Imagine you are in the forests of Ghana centuries ago. You would see a society that understood social forestry long before it became a college degree in the West. They knew a secret we are only now realizing in 2026. You cannot protect the environment if you do not involve the community. Their rotation harvests were so precise that the forests actually grew stronger under their care. 5. Ethiopian terracing and soil physics. The Kanso people of Ethiopia are the true masters of the mountain. For over 400 years, they have maintained a massive system of stone-walled terraces that prevent erosion on nearly vertical slopes. This isn't just manual labor, it's a deep understanding of hydraulic engineering. By controlling the flow of rainwater, they turned rugged mountains into a permanent, sustainable food source. It is one of the only places on Earth where the soil is healthier today than it was 4 centuries ago. In a world where we are losing topsoil at an alarming rate, the Kanso have shown us how to build a food system that lasts forever. They didn't fight the mountain, they partnered with it. 6. The biomimicry of termite mounds. Have you ever looked at a termite mound and seen a genius architect? Our ancestors did. In Zimbabwe and Namibia, builders noticed that these mounds stayed cool even in the desert heat. They realized the mounds used a chimney system to regulate temperature. Fast forward to the 1990s. Architects used this exact African biomimicry to design the Eastgate Center in Harare. It uses 90% less energy than a traditional building because it breathes just like a termite mound. It's fascinating to me that for years, colonial science looked at these mounds as pests, while our ancestors looked at them as mentors. Nature is the best engineer, and Africa has always been its most attentive student. Imagine if we applied this to every new city being built on the continent today. 7. The rebirth of agri-tech. Today, we see a technological homecoming. We see Kanso-style terracing and Kushite-style reservoirs being mapped by AI and monitored by drones to maximize efficiency. This isn't about rejecting the modern world. It's about supercharging our heritage. We are taking the blueprints left by our ancestors, and we are adding the tools of 2026. This is how we lead the global green revolution, not by copying others, but by remembering ourselves. We are taking the data our grandfathers left in the stone and the soil and turning it into a future we can all live in. Sustainability isn't a trend, it's a heritage. This stolen legacy wasn't just about gold and artifacts, it was about our fundamental relationship with the planet. Africa has always been green, and it's time the world acknowledged it. Thank you for being part of this tribe. If this video gave you a new perspective, leave a comment below with the word blueprint. It helps more people find this truth. But listen, sustainability was just one part of the blueprint. In our next video, I'm uncovering the African astronomical maps that prove our ancestors were charting the stars while the rest of the world still thought the Earth was flat. You do not want to miss that. Hit subscribe right now so you're the first to see it. I'm your host, and the heritage continues. Thanks for watching.